Then I moved to PeopleSoft, where I worked there for another year. Since then, I had a gap of 18 months around. I didn't work anyway because my mother's health was not good. So in 2014, October, I joined Amazon in transaction risk investigator department.
Aval.
And I'm still there.
Okay.
So now I feel like it's better to move on to the same profession because I'm a BCom graduate with MBA in finance. And just because of this gap, I joined whatever job I could get at that time. So I've been out of touch from accounts for some time, for a while, so I want to start it again by learning the software and getting to interviews. That's all.
Okay, so that profile you are working for accounts payable.
Currently, I'm not working for accounts payable.
No. That end user, that accounts payable.
Accounts payable. Data entry, reporting, payment run, all those.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Amit. Beryl, can you hear me?
This is not Beryl, this is Wali here. That's my wife's ID. Sorry, I'm taking the call from a different laptop. So
okay.
I'm an accountant and an MBA. I work with a small venture fund. I have mostly been associated with the investment side of it, not so much being a qualified accountant, not so much with the accounts. So I just wanted to learn what SAP is as my startups are growing up and they're going into different systems.
Okay. It's Bali, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Have a long name? Yes.
Okay, Bali. Okay, Saurabh, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Saurabh.
Yeah, I'm a student.
Okay. Maybe accounts background?
Yeah, I am study with the commerce in intermediate 10+2.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am studying in BCom.
Okay, fine.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay, thanks. Shivam, can you please introduce you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just studying in standard 12th. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to learn something new.
So standard 12, so what tempted you to go for SAP? I think it's too early.
Okay.
Okay, no issue. Yeah. Sridhari, can you please introduce yourself? Hello. Hello.
Hello. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yeah, now I can hear.
Yeah. My name is Sridevi. Actually, this demo is not for me, for my sister. So she is not available today. Actually, I am working for SAP CRM module. So this demo is for my sister purpose. So she done BTech.
BTech. No accounts background, like no accounting knowledge.
Yeah, no account background. Is it very difficult to handle this one without background?
I can't say it's easy or difficult because with this profile, FICO is not suitable. Okay, as you are CRM consultant, you should know. So better you can push her like if BTech with programming, maybe ABAP, or at least from functional point of view, MM will be the better one because here a lot of finance technical things will come. So which is not like domain is required, like finance accounts knowledge is required.
Okay, so we need minimum account knowledge, right?
Yeah, not minimum. See, if you don't have the finance knowledge or domain experience, so you can't handle the client. So they will not entertain me. So obviously your employer will be strict on that. So in interview, cracking the interview from a technical background, it's difficult, specifically like FI and costing part.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And let's see that one. We'll think of this one.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, thanks for the introduction. So let me introduce myself. My name is Pradeep, and by qualification, I'm a chartered accountant and CFA from Chartered Institute USA, CFA Institute. So I started my career like after qualification CA, I joined Maruti as assistant manager. So that time I I got a chance to start not as a consultant. So that time we are using SAP. So I was assistant manager. So mostly the user part we are handling. So then like from there I started like exploring the SAP, all these things, and then I did my certification, FI certification, and I joined Wipro after two years. So I started almost my career in SAP 2005. So right now I'm working with AK Software Limited. It's a company in Noida, and my client is Illumina Corporation. Okay. So what I can see here, some people completely new to this SAP environment, and some are having some knowledge. So let's start with basic, then I will add the technical part and the more functionality, all these things, why SAP is required and all these things. Maybe I will split this presentation hello? Yeah. So in two sessions, because normally in the demo we have some people with SAP background, like Amit, he already works for some profile, user profile although. So but here I have to start from the zero. That's why initially I asked about the background. Okay, no issue. I hope you can able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so please participate in the session, and whenever you don't find anything like you are not getting, so please interrupt me there. Okay, let's start with Amit. Amit, what is this ERP and why it is required?
Basically, SAP, I saw your previous classes.
Okay.
So basically, for each department in a company, there's a different software or platform where we make the entries, cases, marketing, sales, finance, and all. And to link all of them together into one database, this ERP is required to make recording transactions.
Okay, fine. Okay, let me repeat this one. You are correct, absolutely correct. So what he's saying that basically it's an ERP package. So maybe currently you are working some ERP software or maybe some different ERP. So or some different softwares, right? So maybe in your organization or in currently you are working on different type of ERP products, or softwares maybe you are using. For example, you have finance department, production department, then purchase department, sales, like this various departments you have. And in each department, maybe you are using some software. Let's say in finance in India, the most famous like Tally, QuickBook, Busy, this type of software they are using. So it's not centralized software or centralized package. I'm not using the word ERP here intentionally. So let's say Tally. In production, some software maybe we are using, purchase some software, and sales some software we are using. Now, as you know, when we are using any business functionality, there is involvement of multiple departments or multiple workflows are there. Workflow means like when I'm saying workflow or business process, that means it's a complete process. For example, let's take that you are there in accounts payable. So let's go for the purchase process. So everybody having some idea about the purchase. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you want to say something?
No. Sorry.
नहीं समझ ना जैसे देखो वो लिख रहा है ना कि पॉसिबल
Just give me 1 second.
कुछ लिख रहा है ना जहाँ नहीं समझना वहाँ पे तुम बोल
Repeat it.
Okay, purchase process or procurement process. So can anybody tell me from where we will start? Let's say, Vali, you can answer this one. In procurement process, what is the first step? Hello? Please participate so that the session will be interesting. Vali, can you hear me? He's not there. Okay, I mean, what is the first step like in procurement process?
The warehouse department will raise a requisition.
Warehouse will, okay, requisition. Okay, then
The purchase team will create a purchase order.
Okay. Okay, so here warehouse people, they will start the process. They will create the purchase requisition or indent they will create. So that means a request, purchase request will be there, procurement request. Then we will go for, before purchase order, we need to, like if you have a fixed vendor, okay, then you can directly place the order because we know we are going to procure from there. But if we have option, we can go for open vendors or we can go for like in market. So that means you will go for RFQ, that is request for quotation. So on the basis of vendors will reply with different options, then you will go for finalizing or you will rank your vendors on the basis of their quotation price, then transportation, quality. So all this on the basis of this, you will analyze your this purchase procurements or these quotations. Then finally you confirm with one vendor and you will place the order. So that is your purchase order. Okay, so we confirm with one vendor and we place the order. Then vendor will supply the goods. So the next one, goods receipt. Can you please tell me it is the responsibility of which department at this stage during goods receipt? Which department's involvement is here?
The warehouse.
Warehouse, okay. Then
Can give inform to the purchase department and after that to the finance department.
your voice is too low. What is saying?
Next it will be informed to the purchase department.
Warehouse purchase is part of same process only. Warehouse will prepare the purchase requisition note, this goods receipt note, and they will update the purchase. After that,
finance.
Yes, finance. So that means it's a joint activity, both your warehouse or purchase department and finance department. Because when we place the purchase order, we confirm with some or we place the order with some order, like some quantities. And at this stage, the purchase department, they will prepare the goods receipt note, GRN. Okay, goods receipt note. In goods receipt note, it's not acceptance of the stock. It's simply receiving of the stock. That means whatever the vendor is delivered, we just received it. So that means in goods receipt note, they will record the quantity. And the same info, we are not working on any ERP product or SAP whatever. So this information, let's say 5,000 kg. So this 5,000 kg we received and we prepared this document, goods receipt note. and we pass this information to your purchase department. Okay. Now purchase department, sorry, this finance department. Finance department means finance department will post some accounting entries. So as finance is involved, some accounting entries will be there. So what is the normal accounting entry in finance they are posting? Any? Okay, some people are there from, let's say, some graduation. Can you able to tell me what is the finance entry will be here? I think you can answer this question. Saurabh, Sivam, you can answer. What is the finance entry? Okay. Amit, what will be the finance entry?
Related goods to GRIN.
Right. So it's inflow of stock. So stock to GRIR. Others, please participate. Otherwise, like you will, if anything you are facing the problem, at least tell me. Like if you are not getting anything. So it's stock to GRIR. Okay. Maybe your graduation or like you studied like it's purchased to vendor. It's never be purchased in real. It's never purchased to vendor. And why we can't credit here the vendor account? Because when we place the order on the basis of some sample. Okay, let's say we check the we place we got some sample quantity this of the product, and on that basis we place the order. Now we receive the actual stock, so we will go for quantity verification and quality verification. Then only we can accept the stock. So that's why once you will post the credit entry or vendor credit, then this liability will be there. That means you are liable to make the payment to the vendor. So that's why we can't credit the vendor here. So temporarily we are going to credit the GRIR account. This is a clearing account at the time of goods receiving or GRM. If you are using, in these days, if you are using, let's say, multiple softwares, okay, we don't working or we are not working on ERP, we are working on some different software. So here involvement of two departments are there. One is your finance and one is your some purchase software, finance, purchase XYZ. Now the process will start from purchase department. So in purchase department, they place the purchase order. But before placing the purchase order, we need the vendor information. So that means in our system or in XYZ system, we need to place the vendor. Okay, so vendor master is required. Still, I have not introduced what is the ERP or SAP or whatever. It's simply the business process I'm explaining. So it's the vendor master. Once you have the vendor master, which contains all the information related to vendor, then we can go for purchase order. So you prepare the purchase order in XYZ software, and we here confirm the quantity with 5000 kg. Now vendor supplied this material, and we prepared here goods receipt note with 5000 kg. Now with this information, you will pass this information to your finance department. Tally is completely, or whatever the software you are using in finance, that is a completely different software from your XYZ software. So that means this information we will not find there. So that means again we have to post the duplicate entries there. So that means create the same vendor once again, vendor master, right? So when they will place the purchase order, quantity part with purchase department or your purchase department. Now what will be the amount, or what is the price that is decided that information will be updated by the finance department. So that is related to finance. So then only the purchase order will be complete. So that means this value part or amount part should be updated separately by finance. Okay, amount. Now, during the goods receipt note, so these people or in this software, they will prepare the or they will update the quantity. The value again here we will update. So that means somewhere we are updating quantity and somewhere we are updating the amount. So that means here this accounting entry, right? This accounting entry should be posted in the this Tally software or some accounting software, which there is no link with the XYZ software or your purchase software. And again here we are posting all the transactions second time. That means duplicate entries we are doing. Now continue this process. Verification done, then we will go for invoice. So we are going to accept the stock and we confirm the vendor like we are going to accept the stock. So this time we will, this is a clearing account. First it will credit, then it will debit.
Hello.
To hello.
Yeah. Can I speak?
Hello.
What is the BRIR account?
It's goods receipt, invoice receipt, because it's a temporary clearing account, because at this stage we are not confirmed we are going to accept the stock or not, because it's like vendor supply the goods, so we will go for verification of quantity and verification of quality. If we are satisfied with the product, then only we will accept. So normally in your accounting you studied like crediting the vendor, so directly we can't credit the vendor. First it should be GRIR credit, then clear the GRIR by posting a debit entry and credit the vendor. So this stage is your vendor invoice. Again, this activity is done by purchase team or purchase people, right? And this accounting entry in your finance software. So that means the purchase invoice, once it will be entered in this software, and again it will be duplicated in finance software, right? So now you have a payable some. So in this process, you can see here, there is no link between two different softwares or two different departments. Data is with the software, like each department, they are having their data, and this data is available with the purchase department only. This data is available with the finance department only, and we are posting the same transaction, or we are posting the duplicate entries. So from this, we they developed the concept of ERP. So what is ERP? Maybe you heard this one. Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise means organization or companies. Resource means what are the resources you have, like machine, that is your production. Then HR, then material, then money. Okay, finance. Okay, so machine. So these are the resources we have. Now, any entrepreneur or from owner point of view, management point of view, so they want to maximize the profits. So how to maximize the profit? Simple equation. It can increase the sales or it can reduce the cost. Then only you can maximize the profits. If you increase the sales, that means you need to procure more material, you need to procure more machine, or you need to increase your production capacity, and to execute these things, you need more money, right? So then only it will work, which is not possible. Like it will work, but maybe in long run you can plan for this. If instant, let's say in next quarter or next month, you will say I will double the production, which is not possible. But still our goal is same, like we want to maximize the profit. So how effectively we can utilize our resource so that we can maximize the profit, or that in accounting term we can say how effectively we can control the cost, then we can reduce the cost so that we can maximize the profit. You can increase the sales or you can reduce the cost. Increase of sales is not possible because let's say previously our cost selling price was, let's say, 20 rupees. And can we from next month onwards can we sell it at 22 rupees or 25 rupees? No, because the price is determined by the market or the competitors are there. So we can't increase the selling price, but we will try to reduce the cost of production so that profit margin will be high. So how we will control the cost, or how effectively we can utilize the resources so that we can maximize the profit. From this concept, different type of ERP products are developed in the market. So different type of ERP products are there. Maybe you heard some ERP products. Okay, like you have Oracle is there, then PeopleSoft is there. So like this, SAP is one of the ERP products. Okay, different type of ERP products are available. So like this SAP. Now we will discuss a little bit history about SAP. SAP, it's a German company. Its headquarters is at Waldorf, German, and they have different products, right? They released different products. One is your R1. Initially, they released R1, which is around 1972 they released. Then R2, 79. So that time they are using the punch cards for processing purpose. They are using the punch cards. So both of these products are failed products. Then after long gap, SAP released R3. In 1992, they released R3. Now what is this R3 we will discuss. R stands for real-time data processing. Okay, real-time data processing. If I will correlate with this example, real-time data processing means when we are doing some activity in some department online, okay, immediately we will get the effect in another department. That means when we will prepare this goods receipt note in purchase department, automatically this finance entry will be there. How we will see, right? So for this we have something called integration. So maybe you heard like SAP, it's a highly integrated package, right? So the term integration. So in future we will discuss in detail what is this integration. So this is your real-time data processing, or we will get the update online. Now come to this tier 3 architecture. Now what is this tier 3 architecture? This is a little bit technical. In R3 structure, your SAP server is like this. Okay, this is your R3 system. 3 layers are there. Database layer, application layer, and production layer. Initially, SAP was only focusing on these two. My voice is not audible, Amit? Can you hear me? Hello? Focusing on the processing part. That means these two, this application layer and a production layer. That means that is the processing or the configuration part or the some system development, all these things, and the user part. The database or the storage part, for this they are using some third-party database. Okay, like here they are using DB2, maybe Oracle. In USA, one common vendor they have, that is Sybase. So different type third-party database they are using. And in database, in R3 system, we have lot of tables are there and fields are there. Okay, so around 80,000 tables are there in all R3 system. Now, what is this table? Table, we can say it's a some are getting my voice. Maybe due to some meeting issue or this GoToMeeting, something issue, but because others are getting my voice, so you log in again. Okay, so here in database layer, we have lot of tables are there. To store something, these tables are there. It's something like initially, if I will give one layman example. Previously, like very common example I used to give in every session, that is Hindustan Motors. So initially, Hindustan Motors was manufacturing the car in 80s, right? Ambassador car, but they are not manufacturing the engine. As per the customer's choice, they will fix the engine. If they will say Matador engine, they will go for Matador engine. If they will go for Trekker engine, they will fix the Trekker engine. They are manufacturing the body and interior, all these things. Similarly, SAP initially they don't have their own database. They are using third-party database, and they are focused on the settings or the customization part. When I'm saying customization means the system development, all the settings, configuration, everything. And when I'm saying that production layer, or this is your user area, end user. So here, the responsible person to work in this layer, that is basis consultant. In next we will come to the resources, that time we will discuss. Basis consultant. In application layer, our functional and technical ABAPers, these people are there, so consultants. Okay, so here the users or the business users, those are the people are like using the software in some company, they are the end users. Now we will apply this example, how these things going to work in the R3 system. First of all, to process the purchase order, we're supposed to create the vendor master. In our old example, we have two different softwares, and in two different software, we supposed to create the vendor master multiple times. Okay, here it's not required. So all the settings, configurations required by the consultant, they will do here. That means in this layer. All the configurations, system designing, we can say. So somebody will, let's say, from purchase team, they will create the vendor. Okay, some vendor number, let's say ABC 123. So they updated all the information related to vendor. Now this vendor is going to save in some table. Which table? So this table is the LFB1. Okay, so this table is a pre-allocated area. That means the moment we will save the data related to vendor, it is going to save here in this particular table. Right. So how the data will move from presentation layer? Sorry, this one is your presentation layer. Wrongly I have written here. It's presentation layer. Production system presentation layer. The moment we will save the data, it will go to database layer and it will save in one table. So how it will go? It will go like this. We have something, dispatchers are there. Then we have work process are there. Okay. So when we will save the data, it will go to some work process and it is going to update this table. So that means this vendor saved in this table with different fields. Now, another person, he will create the purchase order or purchase invoice. Let's say purchase invoice. So now this vendor is centrally available. Okay, in central database it is available. So this person will search the vendor ABC123 and he will update the purchase order, or he will prepare the purchase order invoice with some additional informations. They will update here and they will save. So now this information will go to update some different table. Okay, let's say transaction. These are the transaction data. That means some account debited, some account credited with this activity. But here nobody is posting the transaction actually. They are doing purchase people, they are doing some purchase activity, invoice or purchase order. But automatically your finance is updated here. Okay, so this accounting involved, the debit credits are there. So with this some different tables are updated. Okay, BCAP table, BSEC table. So these are updated. Now, another person from finance is supposed to make the payment. He will search all the data. Open items means it is called payables. What are the invoices is pending for payment? The moment he will, this is simply a display screen where we are giving the instruction, right? Or we can say it is input and the output, right? Input and output. So here something we are giving instruction or input and we are getting some output. So the moment the person, he will search anything related to this vendor ABC, system will take this command or this information and it will search the information from different tables. Okay, and it will give the all the information like whatever the vendor address, bank information, what are the invoices pending. So all these things. So this is how this R3 system is working, or we will work in future. Now in training, which layer we will work? Here we will cover both configuration part and user part. That means system designing part, we will learn system designing part as well as like the business process or the user part. So that means we are going to work here in these two layers, application and instruction layer. Now, it is nothing related to this R3. If maybe you heard something like HANA database or simple finance, finance powered by HANA, S4 HANA. So in HANA database, HANA is the SAP own database. So if I will talk about the finance in HANA, there are so many tables are not there. It's only one single table is there, SE.dot table, and the processing is very faster because in this R3 system, whatever you are doing, like you must have heard like batch processing. Batch processing means when we are giving any instruction, system taking the data from this layer, right? And it is processing here in the middle layer or in application layer, it is processing. Here instructor or the user given the command or the instruction, the data fetched from different tables and it is processed here. So that's why it's processing, although it is very fast, but still it is taking some time, the processing. But in HANA database, both the layers are same. That means in the storage area itself, we can do the processing. So that's why this is SAP is claiming this is 1000% faster than the R3 system. Okay, so that is the future. And there are now so many tables are there, so system is going to read less area to get the data or something like that. So processing is faster, reports are very clear, and it is very easy also. Anyway, now come to this R3. So this is how we are going to work in the R3 system. Now come to the resources. Before coming to the topic, hello?
Yeah, Pradeep, Amit here.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the same screen 3 minutes?
Yes, yes.
On this you said in the course that this is the demo class that I'm attending right now. So in the whole course, you said the setting as well as the end user thing will be taught. Right? So for the setting things, is accounting knowledge enough or we need technical knowledge as well?
Technical knowledge means?
I mean, is it for BTech people or for us also, like BCom and
It is the FICO module is purely for finance people.
Okay.
It's
so
not okay. That's why I told her like engineering knowledge, like these people, they will face problem. But you notice like I am using a lot of technical stuffs or technical terms because nowadays what happens when you go for interview, they will ask a lot of questions from these tables, fields, how the data is mapped, or when you are executing one report. Okay, for example, you are working that time in payable. So if I will say when you run the report FBL1N, what are the system like you are getting some open items, right? So what are the tables system reading that time? So that's why this technical knowledge is very much required. But this technical knowledge is not like the engineering knowledge. During the training only, we will cover these things. Basically, why this technical knowledge is required? Maybe in future you will join some IT company. Suppose, for example, if I will say we created the vendor, maybe functional people they will understand, but when you will talk to technical people or the ABAPers, right? The technical people, if you say like I need a field here, okay, in this screen I need a field, he will not able to understand anything. What screen, what all these things. So you need to communicate to him in technical manner. You can say, okay, in LFB1 field, I need a field for, let's say this something. Okay, that means I need a field after the field of ZTOM, you can say. Then he will recognize, okay, you are saying that when that means this table and this field, something like that. So that's why technical knowledge is also required. But no programming knowledge required. Even we don't know how to program all these things, you are not that much technical. Okay?
Okay, so basically you will teach how to add
obviously
extra.
Yes. So to prerequisites to run this course, like the accounting knowledge is required, not the technical knowledge.
Okay, one more question on this. Even while pulling reports in SAP, we have option to add or remove fields. Suppose we also need the payment method against the vendor data when we take out the vendor report.
Okay.
So sometimes we need just the payment method or address or the bank details. So
that is you are just changing the layout.
Yeah, the layout.
That is not the programming actually. That means existing all these things are there. As for you can say it's something related to advanced search. So many things are there. You are filling some information and you are executing, and system will sort the data accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, that is layout. When we are saying that, like sometimes you have customized reports are there. Some standard reports are there, customized reports are there. And who will design this customized report? ABAPer. But you need to communicate like what the client is asking, right? So in this case, we need to use the technical terms.
So we won't be
Layout.
us in
Sorry.
doing that. So we will not be doing that. Some other people will help us doing that.
Yes, the technical people they will do, but you need to communicate to them. They don't know what you are talking from functional point of view. So you need to technically you need to explain, like I need the information from this table, because like in FPL1 and so many things are there. Yes, so many things are there. Client is confused, like they don't show many information. They simply need information with 4-5 fields. So you need to communicate, like when you are, I'm going to run this report, what are the table system should learn. So for that technical knowledge is required. Okay. Now come to the resources. What type of resources are there in SAP environment, or what type of people are working? So from this discussion, you can assume like some technical people are there, and some functional people are there. Technical people means from engineering background. So someone is like basis, ABAP. This is the networking people, like one server is there, right? Server maintenance, user ID creation, like given some access to somebody. So all these things handled through networking people or basis people. This is also known as system admin. And ABAPers are the programmers. Okay, ABAPers are the programmers. So what I'm saying, like specified reports are required, some program is required. So all these things handled by the programmers or the ABAPers. ABAP is the SAP language. Like you must be using some software which is Java based, .NET based. Like this advanced business application programming language, it is the SAP language. Okay. So this ERP is based on ABAP. In functional, we have different people are there. Like whatever the departments you have in a company, this much of functional people are there. So what are the departments we have? We have a finance department. I'm starting this presentation from the very basic. Okay. Finance department is there. Then you have what else? Logistic part is there, like production is there. Sales, purchase, then HR. So these are your departments, and for each department solution is there or products are there. So for finance, you have FI is there. For costing, that is also under finance. Costing, management accounting, or controlling. Okay, that means that both are coming under finance, but these are actually two modules. FI is one module, CO is one module. Similarly, for production, you have PP module is there. For sales, SD, purchase, material management, MM. This one is your HR, okay, or HCM. Then you have warehouse management. So different modules are there. Now, what is the prerequisite to go for any module? You should have the basic knowledge about that module. For example, somebody is interested to go for finance. So that means finance knowledge is mandatory, right? Finance and costing. Production knowledge, they can go for PP. So that we called as domain, right? In each department, you have two type of people are there. Somebody is developing the software, somebody is using the software. For example, okay, let's say we will develop the software as per the requirement of client. If I will compare with Tally, Tally is, let's say, like ready-made software. You purchase it, you install, start working. So it's a plug and play. So in this system or in plug and play system, for some companies, it is perfectly suitable. Small companies, no complex business scenarios are there, a requirement is there, it's very much comfortable. These people will. But if you have multi-location operation is there, multiple warehouses are there, multiple factories are there, plants are there, different sales office you have, then this software is not well equipped. So as per the requirement, we have to design the software or we have to develop the software. Okay? So that is, those people are involved in the settings or development. They are known as consultants. Okay, they are the consultants. And those people are using the software. Okay, so suppose software developed and it is launched. So any company, the previous company, they are using, let's say, previously Tally or some different software in different department they are using. Now they purchase the SAP and they design the software. Now their user will use the software. So they are known as end users or users, simply users. Okay, so consultants, the person who will develop the software, and user will use the software. In this training, we will cover both. Configuration, consultant means configuration. So you must have got the course curriculum or the details, course content, which includes everything. Configuration. In user segment, again we will have different options. Like we will do some data entry. Okay, data entry or feeding the data. Then we will execute various reports. Now, if I will take a simple example, what is this? For example, we want to post a GL transaction and we are expecting the result or outcomes are, so when we will post a ledger, let's say some expense ledger, we want to post a ledger wages, okay, production expenditure, factory wages we want to post. So in this posting, wages payment, right? So there will be one debit ledger. So debit will be wages account and credit will be, if it is outstanding, then outstanding wages or payment bank account. So this will be your credit ledger. And with this posting, there are other areas should also reflect or update. Like one cost center should be updated, XYZ. One profit center should be updated. One profitability document area also or profitability segment should be updated. Right? So different type of activities are there. So this is my expected result. So when we are doing the implementation, client will say, okay, when we will post the transaction, we are expecting this cost center should be updated, this profit center should be updated, and this profitability document should be generated. On the basis of this requirement, we will do the system configuration or we will design the software. Then finally, the user will post the transaction. This is a data entry. This transaction posting means data entry. And these are your various reports. If your for each, we have the case studies are there, and on the basis of case study, we will do the configuration. Then we will post various transactions, and we will see the reports. Okay, now we will come to the topic FICO. Before this, before I will start that, any question up to this fundamentals, this introductory part? Any question? Okay. So as you know, it's FICO. So it's basically two modules. One is your FI, and CO. So in FI, we will cover the finance part, and in CO, the costing part. I have the organization structure. Okay. For example, any subsidiary companies are there, right? Then how many sales offices they have. So all these are your. So first we have to map, because when we will do the configuration, for Hero Honda we will do the configuration. Once you have the organization structure, it is configured. Organization structure not only FICO, organization structure for all the other departments. Different consultants are there, but in training we are going to cover. Okay, I will tell you. So here we are going to cover FI, CO, material management. Why these things are not required here? This is not our responsibility of the FI consultant or CO consultant, but we have to include this in training. Then ST, some part of PP also. So organization structure for all. Then we will work on global setting. So the global settings or general settings. So when we are, it is expected like SAP will, it will work for good companies or like MNCs. So there are a lot of settings are there which is differ from country to country. For example, tax. Tax will differ from country to country. Then your reporting period. For example, in India we are following April to March reporting, whereas in let's say USA it is January to December. So reporting period will change. Some document settings. So these type of settings should be there. After that only we can start with the submodules. So the first submodule is your GL accounting. General ledger accounting. So this is the GL process. So normally what we are doing in GL process, like you are posting the transactions, then you're executing various report, profit and loss, balance sheet, all these things we are doing. So these are the user part. For that we have to do the configuration. Configuration means like you have to prepare the chart of accounts. So all the backend settings we have to do, right? You have to prepare the chart of accounts, GL account groups, creation of GLs, different ledgers, okay, its control, all these things we are going to cover here in GL accounting. Along with this, also the most important area of GL accounting, that is the new GL. So in new GL, this is the right now we are working on, the version is R3 ECC6. Okay. So ECC6 means, or ECC stands for ERP Central Component. So the current version is 6. Before this, we have the ECC 4.7. In 4.7, this new GL concept was not there. So in new GL, what we are going to get some additional functionality or some more benefits we are getting. One is your leading and non-leading ledger. Okay, leading and non-leading ledger. So what is this leading and non-leading ledger? For example, I will take a simple scenario. Let's say Hero Honda, same example, Hero Honda, Hero Motorcorp, right, the company. So it is registered in India, and also we have operation in USA. So that means our base currency is INR. A reporting period is April to March. And here we are following the accounting standards. Right? We are following the accounting standards. Also, as we have the operation in USA, so that means also we have to follow US GAAP, right? General accepted accounting principle, and we have to prepare a balance sheet as per their company law or their tax, their federal taxation system as per the federal taxation system. Like we have the income tax. In India, Income Tax Act 1961, they have the federal taxation system. So, as per the Companies Act and as per the taxation, that's federal taxation, federal tax system. Okay, so what, and here the currency will be USD, reporting will be January to December. Right? And these operations, our group company or our parent company is in India, so registered company in India. So this profit and loss and balance sheet transaction should include in the group reporting also, or in this year. So in old versions, whatever the transactions they're supposed to post in USA, manually they're feeding these transactions in India operation purpose also as group reporting. But with introduction of leading and non-leading ledger, the main you can take as leading ledger and this one as non-leading ledger. That means you can post a transaction only for US operation by selecting a non-leading ledger for Companies Act, non-leading ledger for federal taxation system, or general transaction we can post with India operation also. This facility is there. So this option, this is called leading and non-leading ledger and parallel accounting. So parallelly we are maintaining multiple books of accounts, one for this, one for this, and one for this. This is leading and non-leading ledger. Another one, document splitting. I will explain this when I will come to the topic, profit center. Okay, this is also another feature. So this is the most demanding or important area from the general ledger. Okay, now come to the next submodule or next topic or whatever area you can say. This is your receivable, accounts receivable. So in accounts receivable part is part of finance, but the complete process, order to cash process, it is related to something related to sales also. That means the sales order, then delivery, then sales invoice, all these things should be initiated in the SD module. So here we have to configure the SD first. Okay, sales we have to configure. Then we have to do the integration with FI, like FI integration. Integration means connecting, linking one department with another. Okay, FI integration with SD. FI integration with SD. Complete the SD part first, then only we can go for the collection. So in accounts receivable, it's not only collection, like collection means bank to customer. It's not like that. First, complete SD, then integrate, then we can go for like all the business process related to collection. It's not only collection, all the business process related to collection. Similarly, opposite of receivable, that is accounts payable. So accounts payable is linked with your material management. So to complete this one, first we have to configure the MN, or that is the purchase, then FI integration with MM, then we can go for the payable. So in our example which we discussed, all these activities like purchase order, GRN, invoice, everything is related to purchase only. MM module or MM people, they will do these things. If everything will work fine, so automatically with the help of integration process or integrated features, automatically in finance, the finance people will make the payment. But prerequisite, this configuration should be there. Then only it will work. So by default in training, this SD and MM configuration is required. Otherwise it will not work. Right? Then you have the bank accounting. So in bank accounting, it is not part of actually FI, it is part of your treasury module, but it is included here. So all the banking activities we are going to cover here, like your check payment, check management, warehouse, wire transfer, then bank reconciliation, all these things we are going to cover here in bank accounting. These are called as submodules. Okay? FI is the module and these are submodules. Now come to asset accounting. So in asset accounting, we are going to cover the fixed assets. So in fixed asset, user part is very less because what are the end user activities? You will purchase asset, you will sell asset, you will calculate the depreciation. Here everything will be automated. Like in manual system, maybe if you ever like work in the asset part, depreciation calculation is very tough. Why? There are so many assets are there, different depreciation methods are there, depreciation rates are there, right? So various like your functionalities are there. Then as per Companies Act, some depreciation rate, some depreciation method. As per income tax, some different depreciation rate. So in here in SAP system, everything is going to be automated. When I'm saying automated, for user it is automated, but for consultant, we have to do a lot of configurations. Also, in asset accounting, we are going to cover the asset under construction. Procuring a machine is completely different construction of a building. Because when we are doing the building construction, initially we don't have the asset. We have some expenditure, like we purchase construction material, wages payment, this payment, all these things, different payments are there. So first you post the transaction, then you need to capitalize this. And let's say we are constructing factory building. So one building will not complete within 1 year. Maybe it will continue multiple years. So phase wise we will go for capitalization. Then from that is called as WIP, work in progress. Then WIP, you convert this work in progress to your building. So let's say this year 40% completed. So 40% will be your complete building, and on 40% we are going to charge the depreciation. Rest will be in balance it as work in progress. So it's a completely different configuration to normal asset accounting, okay, or normal assets. So these things we are going to cover in FI. Okay, so today we will do the like FI completed, then it's already too late, like we started from the zero. So tomorrow we will do the controlling part. Let me show you the system. So this configuration document, this type of document I will share, which will help you in configuration. Similarly, end user documents will. So this document, the theory part is there and the configuration steps are there. Once you will enroll, Vikas will provide you the server access. Okay, so you can connect to the system. This server, this is the R3 server. Similarly, you will get the server access. So you can connect to the server. With user ID and password. The first screen, it is appear here. This is your end user area or end user screen, easy access, whatever you can say. This area, right? This area. So here you can see whatever we discussed from FI. Okay. So in accounting, this finance part is there, and under this logistic, this is the user part. Logistic, you have MM, SD, All these things are there. And in accounting, we have FI. Under FI, various submodules are there. We are discussed. And within a submodule, different activities are there. Data entry, then some ledger, like it's ledger, so master data creation, some month-end activities, some reports, all these things. So various activities are there. But this thing will work if you have a proper configuration is there. That means if you have the backend configuration is there, then only it will work. So that means in backend we have to do the configuration. This is your application layer or the consultants area, we can say settings. So here we will do the configuration. So here you can see FI is there, controlling is there. First we have to do the organizational settings, that is your enterprise structure. Then financial accounting, like we discussed, global settings, then GL, AR, ARAP, bank, asset, all these things. So whatever, it's SPRO, SPR, to log into the application where SPRO. So first we will work on this configuration part or this area, then only this user part will work. So when we will have the actual sessions, that time we'll see how where we will start all these things, and this document will help you in the configuration. So step by step, it's given with screenshots and all. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss the controlling part. Any question before we wind up?
Pradeep, basically I got call from the classes. They told me that classes timing will be the same 90 and 1 hour.
Please repeat. What you say?
The classes timing, the timing for the classes will be 9 to 10.
This time only 9 p.m.
Yeah, okay. So actually currently this is my working hours from 3 p.m.
Oh.
So
Oh.
it won't be interactive for me because I can go through these recorded videos, but my issue would be if I have any doubt even while looking at the videos, real-time calculation of doubt won't be possible, right? So is there any resolution for that?
I don't recommend this video classes, right? So live class is always that you have, that is the, so sometimes something will come to mind you can't clarify. So you can go for morning sessions.
Okay.
Okay.
So simultaneous batches are going right in the morning as well as in the evening because my shifts are flexible every 3 months.
Oh, then that is a problem. That is a problem actually.
And it is the second month for me in this shift. It begins in March. So are there simultaneous classes from morning as well as evening? And is it are you only the instructors taking the classes?
Yeah, I'm taking the classes, but if it is like rotational, then it is a problem because how we will manage, like suppose you attended the morning batch, then suddenly you will come to evening will some different, and each topics are linked.
Okay, that's what my question was, because is the course going at the same pace in morning as well as evening? Or?
No, different batch. The morning batch like right now there is no morning batch, like say ongoing batch. So this time I have time, so we are planning. So when the morning will start like that only. It's not parallelly morning between.
Okay, it'll be tough for you also to take classes in the morning and evening.
No, you're not getting. I used to take sessions at 6 a.m. let's say. So that batch we started, right? So sometimes it will start, let's say in that time, evening with some different topics will go on. So how we will manage?
Okay.
Right.
Right, I get that.
You have to stick to one batch only. Even if they're following the video, then follow the video of that batch only.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
so
you
I
will
will
get
see
some.
the video of that batch only if I enroll in any batch. But the
Okay,
main
we'll
issue,
see. I will discuss with Gayatri. Mm-hmm.
yeah, Gayatri, yeah,
Mm.
I didn't ask her this thing because I told her my shifts are like this. She was like, okay, just try, enroll. She was not able to understand when I said I have flexible shifts and
Mm.
you get it right.
Right.
They are into just getting people enrolled. You are the person who is to take these classes or make us understand everything. And in case we have any doubt, to make this session fruitful, it's better to be like.
See, doubt people used to, like, while doing the configuration, they used to send me mails, all these things. It's a troubleshooting. Let's say they are doing some configuration, they stuck somewhere, or they need some. So it's for the time being, they're stuck somewhere, so they can send a mail. But in your case, it's a different one. Like you are saying that I will not join any live classes. If
Yeah,
they have some conception, some clarity doubt is there, so they can clarify it the next day, right? Or like while the session, if something, see, if 4 people are there, 4 people, they have 4 questions, different questions. So you can't say like, it should be two-way communication, it should not be one-way communication. So that is the
that's the
problem.
reason I am attending this demo class with you, because I wanted to understand, have an idea as to what's the method, how are you starting it, going on with this course. Of course, with the experience and things you have, I don't doubt the knowledge, but the way of approaching it to transfer the knowledge to us. And doubts are obvious, right?
Okay. Okay, let me discuss with you. Like, it's a weekly rotational you have, or 15 days?
No, every 3 months. 3 months.
Okay, every 3 months rotational is there.
Yes. So I'm into the second month already.
Uh-huh.
It will change in March. The next.
It will change in March. So that right now it is in your evening shift. So right now your morning is available, you are saying.
Morning or
Okay,
like
one more thing.
now.
Saturday, Sunday has to be off?
No, that's the
No?
problem. In the week off, so I have not saved. I have a Monday, Tuesday week off right now for these 3 months.
If Saturday, Sunday off, then you can go for weekend batch. It's a long hour session,
Much
but you're saying Saturday, Sunday?
be longer, right?
Obviously. So like weekly we are covering 5 hours. So in 2 days we have to cover 5 hours. But like you are from SF background, so it is not a problem for you. It is manageable.
But the
That is
problem
not
is
a
for
big
me
deal.
in the user department, I won't face much problem in the end user department. But for this consultant, like,
But you are again you are saying that you don't have like weekend off also.
yeah, that's the problem. We can't do. Amazon doesn't give all weekend offs.
Okay, we'll see.
24/7 has
Okay.
availability for customers. So, is there any method by which I can contact you or email you?
Email, there is no harm, right? You can send email, as much email you can when I have free time I will reply. So, but how you will like you are saying that you will get the videos and you will in your free time you will go through the video. Suppose that time you will get some doubt, some conceptual clarity, concept wise doubt you will get. You are doing some configuration stuff, you can send an email, that is okay. But like you need to clarify something, then how that you will communicate to me?
That's the main question that I asked.
Right. So maybe whenever you are free, I'm in office. So it's not like we can have a session
I mean,
or we
I
can have a short
even
meeting.
wanted to ask all these people.
So,
I
so
asked
that
you
is the
back.
big problem.
I asked Gayatri, can you share his number so that I can talk and discuss some questions I have in my mind. Because you can't share them until you get registered. And I was okay, after registration, this problem will be there. So what's the use of registering now? Registering now instead of I should register at the beginning of when my shift changes. So that continuously for 3 months. I can complete this course. It's for 3 months, right? The course duration.
No, it's not like it's 3 months because so many things are there. You can say it's 3 plus 3.5 or 3.5 months, approximately 4 months. You can say.
Okay, so 1 month
Because
can be managed.
because it's not only FICO, because these things also we have to cover. Otherwise, your like integration things we can see. Then in costing, a lot of things are there. COPA, product costing, all this for this MMSD configuration. So I used to do this configuration, although it is not our responsibility, but I used to do.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
So
see.
suggest me if you have anything, any workaround for this.
Okay, let me discuss with her. Okay, so how it's 3 months this time like so your next shift will be morning shift.
Either morning or night shift. Night shift is 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and the morning is 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Either of these two. I'm not sure.
Okay, it's 24/7. This is like this type of rotational. Oh God. Then you first decide one shift, right?
I can't
Then
decide any shift.
no. For 3 months it is free, now. For 3 months it is free, right? Yeah. So first you stick to one shift, then you plan something.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, Pradeep.
So that is suggestion from my side.
I understood the main thing that you wanted to say, that wait for a shift change, only then join a batch. That's the main thing.
Batches are there always, so that is not anything. But only thing is you are not able to like give the time properly, so it's not, you're not going to get the return.
Absolutely. That's what if I pay the fees and I'm not able to utilize it for my knowledge, clarification of doubts and knowledge, or just going through the video.
Right. Videos are there in YouTube, like a lot of links are there. So what is the benefit of live class? So at least you can. Okay then, so we will wind